Hey, so it's WB Training Cutter here, and welcome to the fourth group in my preview Euro 2016 competition. So this is the competition where we do decide games by the medium of Road to Euro 2016 Adrenalyn XL trading cards. And so in today's games, we will be having the entirety of Group D, as usual, the entire group, and this will feature Switzerland, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Serbia, and also Spain. But for now, we will concentrate on the first game. It is Switzerland versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. And by the way, this is a pretty weak group overall, with Spain obviously the strongest force. But countries like Switzerland, who you'd expect to be decent, aren't actually very good. Switzerland will start against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Bosnia and Herzegovina will be looking to win this one. They're probably just about better on paper. Sommer versus Dzeko is the first game. Dzeko 87 rated versus Sommer 85. And Sommer does get his boost from Ignacevic. I've already shuffled that, but 8 plus 2 equals 10, so it does take Sommer up to 95. And of course, they do get a boost from their complementary stats. So for Dzeko, on Zengin, it is his attack, because Dzeko is using his attack. So 7 plus 4, the 2 digits in his attack, equal the boost. Dzeko's boost is 11, which does mean he beats Sommer by 3 with his 98 to Sommer's 95. And so after the first duel, it is 1-0 to the Bosnians. Of course, if they win their duel by more than 0, they get 1 goal. More than 7, they get 2 goals, and more than 15, they do get 3 goals. We now have Xhaka versus Medunjanin, the midfield battle. Xhaka, starting with 83, does get another boost of 10, this time from Payet, 8 plus 2 there. That does take him up to 93, and then we do have a boost of 9 for Medunjanin, and that does take him up to 89, so 93 to 89 does mean Switzerland get 1 goal back, and it is 1-1 going into the final duel, which is between 77 rated Seferovic and 80 rated, the new Chelsea signing, Asmir Begovic. Seferovic does get a boost from Jan Vertonghen of 8. So 7 plus 1, that does take him up to 85, and then we do have a boost of 10, which does take Begovic up to 90, and means he gets the final goal, winning that duel by 5, and he does make the final score 2-1 to Bosnia. As we now do move into the next game, and this is where Serbia will face off the Spanish, and so Serbia will start with Branislav Ivanovic, and he's going to be facing up against Diego Costa of Spain. So Costa is going to, Ivanovic we start with, he's going to get his boost from Corluka, a boost of a very strong 14 from Corluka. That does take him up to 94. And then we do have Diego Costa's boost, of course, Ivanovic's teammate, and he does get a boost of 11 from Forsberg, which does take him up to 100. So 100 to 94 is a difference of 6, meaning Diego Costa misses out on the 2 goals, by 2, and so he does get 1 goal for Spain, and is 1-0 going into the midfield battle. We now have Nemanja Matic, 82 rated, versus 88 rated Isco. Matic does get a boost of 7 plus 2, which is 9, taking him up to 91. He got that boost from Janko. And then we do have a boost of 7 for Isco, 6 plus 1, which does take him up to 95. So 95 Isco's to 91 in Matic's does mean Isco gets another 1 goal for Spain, and that does make it 2-0 going into the final duel between Dusan Tadic, the attacker for Serbia, and Spain's defender, Gerard Piqué. Now, Tadic does get a boost of 10, 8 plus 2 from Mitroglou. That does take him up to 91, and we do have a boost of 6 from Kurzakov fans' favourite for Piqué, and that does take him up to 95. So the 91 to 95 means Spain get another 1 goal win, and so that means the final score is 3-0 to the Spanish. So just a competent and workmanlike performance from them. As we do now move into the third match, and this one is going to be played by the Swiss and the Serbians. So Seferovic will start for Switzerland, and he's facing up against 80 rated Ivanovic. Of course, Seferovic 77 rated. Seferovic does get a boost of 7+1, so 8 from Sivok, and that does mean that he goes up to a stat of 85 in total. And then we do have Branislav Ivanovic, who does get a boost of 16, a mega 16, and so that does take him up to 96. So 96 to the 85 from Seferovic does mean Ivanovic wins the duel by 11 and gets 2 goals for Serbia to make it 2-0. Going into the midfield battle, we now do have Xhaka versus Matic. Very tight one with 83 playing 82. Xhaka gets the maximum boost of 79, so that's 7+9, 16, and that does take him up to 99. And then for Matic, we do have a boost of just 12, 7+5, and that does take him up to 94. So 99 to 94 is a difference of 5, and that does mean Xhaka gets 1 goal back for Switzerland to make it 2-1 to Serbia. Going into the final duel between 81 rated Tadic and 85 rated Sommer. Sommer does get a boost of 8+5, so 13. And that does take him up to 98. And then we do have a boost of just 7 for Tadic, which does take him up to 88, sorry. So 98 to 88 is a difference of 10, and that does mean Sommer gets 2 goals to secure a tight 3-2 win for the Swiss in this third game. And now we do have Spain facing up against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Spain start with Gerard Piqué. Of course, Spain are coming out of a 3-1 win, so they'll be looking to get another big win here. We do have Piqué starting for Spain. He's got 89, playing 87 as the original stat of Dzeko. His 89, though, Piqué's 89, does get boosted by 11 to 8+3, which does take him up to 100 on the dot. We then do have a boost of 7 for Dzeko, which does take him up to 94. 100 to 94 is a difference of 6, meaning Piqué does not reach the 8 needed for 2 goals, and so he does get the more than 0 bracket and score 1 goal for Spain to make it 1-0. We now go into the second duel between Isco, 88 rated, and Medunjanin, 80 rated. Isco does get a boost of 13 from Nemec, and that does take him up to 101. And then we do have a boost of 10 for Medunjanin, which does take him up to 90. So 101 to 90 does mean Isco wins this one by 11 and scores 2 goals for Spain. And that does mean that going into the final duel, the score is 3-0 to the Spaniards. And then we do have Diego Costa, who gets a boost from Campbell of 14. 7+7, and that does take him up to 103, facing off to a boost of 10 for Begovic, which does take him up to 90. So 103 to 90, Diego Costa wins this one by 13. There's Diego Costa there, that's a bit confusing. Diego Costa wins this by 13, scores 2 goals for Spain, and I think that is the biggest win we've had so far in any of the groups. It is 5-0 the final score to Spain. And we do now move forward to the 5th game of the episode. This one will feature Spain, and they are facing up against Switzerland. Of course, Spain just came out of their 5-0 win against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Diego Costa does start off the game, and he's getting boosted by none other than Diego Costa. Pure coincidence, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, he also gets boosted by the most anyone has been boosted by so far, 9+8, 17, and so that does take him up to 106, which is pretty insane. And then we do have a boost of 9 for Sommer, which does take him up to 94. So 106 to 94 means Diego Costa wins the duel by 12 and gets 2 goals for Spain to make it 2-0 after the first duel. We then do have the midfield battle, and between the two controllers, Isco 88 rated and Xhaka 83 rated. Isco does get a boost of 8+1 from Bursa, which is 9, and that does take him up to 97. We then do have a boost from Isco's teammate, Tony Kroos, so a boost of 15 for summer, which does take him up to 98. And so Xhaka does win this duel with his 98 to Isco's 97 by 1 and get 1 goal back for Switzerland to make it 2-1 going into the final battle. This is between the Seferovic and PK. PK will get boosted by Andre Schürrle. He gets a boost of 9, 7+2, and that does put him up to 98. And then we do have a boost of 8 for Seferovic, and that does put him up to 85. So 98 to 85 does mean PK wins this by 13 and gets another 2 goals for Spain, and that makes it 4-1, the final score. So that does complete Spain's 100% winning record. We saw it with France in the last group. In this group, it is Spain 9 points out of a possible 9. And now we do have the final game of the group, and this is between Bosnia and Herzegovina and Serbia. The first duel is between Begovic 80 rated and Tadic 81. It's too close to call. It will come down to the boosts. Begovic does get a boost of 13 from Danny, 6+7, and that takes him up to 93. And then we do have a boost of 16 for Tadic from Jagoev, and that does take him up to 97. So 93 to 97 is a difference of 4, and that means that Tadic does score 1 goal for Serbia, and so doesn't reach the 8 needed for 2 goals. And then we do have Medunjanin versus Matic, and this one with Medunjanin getting boosted on his control stat by 8+2, so 10. He gets taken up to 90, and then Matic's boost of 11 from Pilar does take him up to 93, which means Matic does get 1 goal back and level it up going into the final duel. It is 1-1. And now we do have Dzeko, who does get a boost of 8+0 to his original 87, which does take him up to 95. And then we do have Ivanovic again getting boosted by himself, and this does take him up to 88, 8+0 again, 88. And so Dzeko's 95 to Ivanovic's 88 is a difference of 7, which means you have to get more than 7 to score 2 goals. So Dzeko does get 1 goal for Bosnia and Herzegovina, and the game finishes 2-1 to the Bosnians. And so there is the final group. Spain top it with 9 points, a full winning streak. We then have in second place Bosnia. They got absolutely smashed 5-0 by Spain, but apart from that, they won all their games, and so they did get 6 points. We then had Switzerland on 3 points in third place. May make it through with the third place rule. Of course, the top 4 third place finishes do make it through to the knockout stages, as well as the top 2 from every group. And then last place we did have Serbia with 0 points. And so yeah, that is it for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy it, please do smash that thumbs up button. And of course, I'll see you next time.